Nope. Not quitting. No. Hello? 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 Yeah, okay. No. I'm still, like, running errands. Hey, Ren, Genki. Ooh. Ski desu yo. Also, I was wondering, omoshiroi. Is that on Duolingo it said it means funny, but I thought it meant interesting. This music is making me feel like the feels. No, I'm not quitting streaming. I'm just leaving to Jordan tomorrow. And apparently TikTok is banned in Jordan. Go figure. I know. Dude, look, my suitcase is ready. It's ready. I was watching Justice League Unlimited all day while packing, and then I had to get my gym time in, so I rock climbed. And then I saw my friend, who I'm not gonna see till August. It kind of means both? Okay. That's what I thought. I bought an adapter. I'm leaving for 2 weeks, but I'm gonna be vlogging, so don't worry about that. Did you guys see my new video yesterday? Just because I'm not live doesn't mean I'm not posting content. It is next to Egypt, so I'll be waving. I'll be waving from Wadi Rum. I have to be at the airport by 12 p.m. tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah, guys. This is it. This is it. So, I know. I'll try to live stream. I don't know what time it'll be on your end, though. But I'll try to live stream. It's literally probably gonna be at a super random time. I'll give you an update, though. I'll be on Discord. I don't know where Lucy is, you guys. My dad came back home today. Hey Siri, 2,000 Egyptian pounds is how many dollars? That's so cheap. That's less than $100. I had to go to the dentist yesterday, you guys, because my wire literally disconnected from the bracket from my tooth. So as my tooth was shifting, it was twisting it as well. I hope it's not doing that. I'm kind of scared. Kind of scared now. But hey, you guys, the video that I posted is doing pretty well. Mustafa, ya haramak, dude. You don't have a passport? I'm glad, dude, my video got over 700 views and not one subscriber came out of that video. Is that funny? Can you tell me about your day, you guys? I know I'm streaming pretty late. Hey, Anuradha, what's up? I mean, that's if I go to Jordan next year. I do. Last day of streaming for 2 weeks. I'll be posting videos though, so not to worry. My editor actually is about to finish a video, so we'll be posting that tomorrow. Last day of streaming for 2 weeks, you guys. It's also clickbait, so you guys can come into the stream and ask me, yo, last day of streaming? Dude, believe it or not, this is my second time having braces. So if y'all have braces or y'all have retainers, you better keep that shit on. Because it's not fun having braces again. I can tell you that right now. Imagine water flossing every single day. Dude, I went to a cookie shop. Dude, I haven't watched either of them. I don't have time. Okay, let me put it this way. I'm not making time for it. It's not that I don't have time. But definitely Oppenheimer over Barbie for sure. What's up, Marbles? Hey, 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 I'm not 30 yet. You gotta give me some time here. I'm not 30 yet. I'm 28. I know, look, everyone's coming in. They're like, what? Dude, this is her last day of streaming? Y'all better be here more often. What's up, Grippow? But yeah, Oppenheimer over Barbie because Robert Downey Jr. Period. No, Grippow, I'm just messing with you. Oh, okay. If you watched both, what would you prefer? Tell me. Mustafa, that's enough out of you. Mustafa, you can leave the chat. Mustafa, I will ban you from the chat. It's rated R, right? Dude, you know what's funny? I went to a theater once in Jordan. Oh my god, Anirudda, you can also leave the chat too. I will ban you from the chat. Oh, of course, the Peaky Blinder, man. But yeah, one time I went to a movie theater in Jordan, and the movie, unfortunately, was Cars 2. Unfortunately. And it's funny because regardless whatever movie it is, they're going to put Arabic subtitles in there. And that was really distracting for me. I mean, we were all wondering where you were because you were missing out on a good time, Mustafa. Literally, it was like so calming music, and now it's just like... Okay, we'll go back to this one. But yeah. So, Oppenheimer over Barbie? I mean, Barbie is like bubbly. But like, did you like Barbie? Like, give me your rating, Anirudda. Give me your rating. How old are you, bro? Calling me granny? Jerk. God. I'm over here trying to like make friends with people. And y'all like... You know, taking jabs, man. Taking jabs. Left and right. I'll take it. I've never watched Peaky Blinders, believe it or not. But the actor is cute. Ryan is fantastic. Ryan is an amazing actor. Dude, I think it's... Barbie is for 5-year-olds, but I really think the movie was for adults. I think Barbie was for the adult kids. Because people who grew up with Barbie are adults now. Come on. Ugh, it's not even an RDJ movie. And the fact that he's in there and not the main character... But the fact that he's in there is everything to me. Everything. Marbles, you already like had the chance to watch both? Cute. Superman and Lois? Dude, I finished Batman Beyond yesterday. What plot can they implement? Barbie broke her toenail on Did you even watch the movie, Grapau? You're making fun of it before you even watched it? Oh, really? Marbles? Interesting. Well, that's good. That's great. RDJ always deserves that. Yeah, I finished Batman Beyond yesterday. And now I'm going back to watching Justice League Unlimited to finally finish the full animated series Warner Brothers collection. And Justice League Unlimited is so good. And the fact that they went to the future and they met Terry from Batman Beyond, and then younger Bruce met older Bruce. Oh, I love it. I love it. Hate away, bro. Hate away. You can go hate. I'm not gonna force you to not hate or hate. It's your life. Hate as much as you want. I will probably end up watching both. Oppenheimer first. Did I say it right? Okay, but talk to me about this, you guys. You guys are all anime fans, I'm assuming, because every one of us are nerds. Every one of us, if we're gamers, we watch anime. They come hand in hand, coincide with each other. They collide in the universe. Who is excited about the live action One Piece? If you're a gamer, you're an anime nerd. They just come together. Then that's a fact. Yep, the Static Shock episode. So should I watch Static Shock? Should I include that in my binge series? 7.8 Oppenheimer 9. Wow. Oppenheimer, not Oppenheimer. Okay. Open. Oppenheimer. Oppenheimer. Come on. I'm an anime nerd, okay? I'm an anime nerd. I can tell you that right now. I can give you plenty of recommendations. There's a lot that I forgot that I've watched. And the one that I usually forget that I watched was Fairy Tail. Fairy Tail is pretty good. Okay, listen, that's what I'm saying. I'm not excited for One Piece. But you have to agree with me, and I think you guys can collectively agree. The Netflix live action Bleach was pretty good. The graphics were great. The fight scenes were great. Ren, the keyword was anymore. You see that? Anymore. Yeah, Fairy Tail's so good though. You didn't like the live action Bleach? I'm telling you, that's the only one that I liked. That's the only one. That's like saying live action Disney movies, right? Like the only Disney live action Disney movie I personally liked was Beauty and the Beast. And that's it. Because Emma Watson was in there. That's it. Grapau. Seems like you're a hater. Oh, yeah, DC animated movies are good. Ren. Grapau, I agree with you. But have you... So you've watched the live-action Bleach? Top tier Assault Arkham Flashpoint. Dude, my next movie I need to watch is Batman Beyond: Return of the Joker. That seems like a good one. We watched Mask of the Phantasm. I have a huge Batman Vault book that my dad bought me years ago. God bless him for that. It's so good. You gave up on Fairy Tail, Mustafa? You gotta go back. Dragon Ball? Ren, how old are you? I don't think I ever asked you that. Our grandkids generation could probably pull it off. Yeah, maybe because of the... Listen, like for example, guys. Dalmatians, 102 Dalmatians live action. That was great, right? That's a great live action movie. Lion King is not live action. It's not even action. It's CGI. They literally got over 100 Dalmatians to do the job back in the 1990s, early 2000s. They did a fantastic job. Lion King is not live action. And when people say like, oh, they could probably pull it off in the anime, like, they're not even gonna make real people at this point. Marbles, you're right about Fairy Tail. You're right. Barbie in live action anime, I'm definitely a hater. I watched it and I legit couldn't make it past just. I get you. Grapal, like, you speak facts. You're speaking facts. No, I forgot. I think you did tell me your age, and I do remember saying you're pretty mature for your age. I do remember that. By the way, guys, if one of you just presses that join button, I could add one more emote, and the person who joins next will pick that emote. How about that? I have 4 emotes to add. 5, actually. A banana on fire, All Might, Gojo, Totoro, or Kakashi. I got 5. And the next person that joins can pick one. Can pick that one. Just saying. I will add that emote right now. On deck. The spicy banana emote, yeah? Christopher Nolan, yeah, didn't he direct the new Mission Impossible movie? Oh my god. Oh, I should make a Goku emote. I'll just make anime emotes. Why not? Why not? But the next person that joins gets to pick it. Marbles, God bless you. One of the first people that joined. But it's just an incentive for the next person. But you can influence them and convince them. You know what I love about streaming? The collective interests that we all have. I'm drinking a milk tea. Almost done with it too. It's a tea and it's 10 p.m. I probably won't be sleeping till 1 p.m. Christopher McQuarrie. I'm gonna say I'm caught up. I usually like check in every now and then. Like I check in, see where they're at, and then like I come back. And I leave for like a couple months and come back. شاي مع لبن طبعا. ولو صراحة بس المصريين بيشربوا شاي مع لبن. الأردنيين ما بيشربوا شاي مع لبن. Which is غريب. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Oh yeah, marbles. Have fun with it, bro. Have fun with it. Like I said, I'm gonna open one day, and Ren wants to be employed, so apparently, Ren, you're gonna work at my boba shop. You think so? Are you in the Discord, Grapel? Shai b'laban. Dude, for sure. That's why I want to go back to Japan. I can't wait to go back. Apparently, I'm going to Guatemala this year. I'm going to Jordan, Guatemala, and hopefully Hawaii. Hopefully. No, we don't. Oh, wait, Grapel, you're Arab? God. Wait, where are you from? Wait, did I ask you that already? It's laban in the Quran, it's halib. It's halib. I just said laban because you're Egyptian. I'm just being nice, but it's actually halib. Grapel, back me up on this. You don't know how to use Discord? It's okay. I was just gonna. I just wanted to ask you, like if you want to be in the Discord. I was gonna say like to not ruin it. I don't know if people care, but like, where in One Piece are they at right now? You want me to search it up? You want to be embarrassed? Translation is incorrect. The translation is incorrect. It's halib. See? Halib. Right here. See that? See that? This is wrong. What is this? Egyptian Arabic? This is wrong. Laban. Skypea, you got a minute, bro. Okay, this is wrong. And everyone who is saying laban. Milk. Let's see. لبنا خالصا سائغا للشاربين. لبنا. Yeah, what does Google know about Arabic? It's wrong. Fine. هيا هون لبن. اوكي. وبعدين خلاص ما بدنا نسمع منك خلاص. Well, I got slapped in the face. Grandpa, we both got slapped in the face. Wait, where are you from, Grandpa? It's halib. Grandpa, help me out here. It's halib. It's halib. Alright? It's halib. I don't know. Egyptians are just weird, man. Like, Arabiya. Like, for Sayyara. Like, that's weird. Tomatum. Bandora. Yemen? I mean, Yemen has some weird words too, don't get me wrong. I don't understand Lahjat Yemeni. I'm sorry. I don't think I've spoken to anyone about from Yemen. No, I have. But what's really sad is that as a Jordanian, um, y'all, like, it's funny how they have to like change their lahja for me. You think so? I'm happy to speak more, but y'all gotta know what I'm saying. Dude, everyone from their own country says this, my Arabic is the authentic Arabic. Even I'm saying, as a Jordanian, that my Arabic is closest to the Quran. Except Leban. Leban is like weird. Alright, Leban is weird. I thought the origin was Saudi. And Palestine. Oh my god. You want me to Google that too? Fine. Here we go. Egyptians say that. I've met so many Egyptians that say that. Grapau is hating, dude. He has a grudge. He's no this like, you know how I was to Mustafa. Grapau's like, y'all don't make, like, you know, sacrifices for us to learn our dialect. Y'all don't make an effort. We have to make the effort. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Let's see. So the Syrian desert is the home of the first attested Arab groups. Syrian, not Yemen. Syrian. سورية السورية أي من السورية بلاد الشام شامية سورية. I guess Syria. Well, Mustafa, I'm sorry to say, but your original Arabic doesn't really help you anywhere. It only works if you're speaking to new Arabic speakers. And that's what sucks about Arabic. If people want to learn Arabic, they teach them proper Arabic, like from the Quran, instead of like dialects, because that's essentially what you're gonna have to dial it down to. And dude, it's so funny. Like, so I told you guys that we have a family business, a shipping company. And every time like there's a new customer that speaks Arabic that's like from Saudi. Go ahead, Ren. That's from Saudi, that's from Kuwait, that's from Qatar, or maybe even Egypt. Maybe even Egypt. Like, I get so scared because like when they're like from the balad, from the country, they go all out and just say a whole bunch of words. I like it, and it's a different dialect, so it's like a word that I kind of know, but like I can't recognize. And I just immediately like give it to my dad because I'm like, dude, I don't want to mess up anything. Bump of chicken in Arabic? You son of a gun, Ren. You son of a gun. Okay, I'll Google that right now. Gotta go to Saudi someday. Ronaldo the GOAT's there these few years. Listen, just where, I mean, I'm sure they're gonna play in different countries. You don't need to go. What's bump? I would think like darab or difish, like darabni, but that's a hit, I guess. Dafashni, difish, dafish. I mean, dude, did you guys see my short on that? I made a short. I think I gotta let my cat out. Listen, hey Arabs, y'all figure it out. I'll be right back. Let me know what you guys come up with. Did you guys figure it out? What is that? We can easily rely on standard Arabic. That's if the majority know standard Arabic. What does that say? I don't even know what that says. Is that a Zain? Zain Qaf Noon Ya? Noon Qaf Ain Noon Ya? What the heck? Thanks for coming, guys. By the way, before you go, this is the Batman vault. There's a whole bunch of cool shit in here. My dad bought this this book for me years ago, and it has a lot of cool shit. And by the way, I didn't know DC stood for Detective Comics. So how about that? But it's pretty dope. And then they have like this really cool pop-up. Hold on, I want to show you guys. Oh. They got a cool Batman mask. I'm Batman. They got this old school one too. But I don't want to cut holes. But the best part is this one. It's not a mask, but sorry, it's taking a long. I just want to be careful about it because I kind of want to preserve it as much as I can. Batman the Animated Series, and then you open it up, and it's Batman. How cool is that? Come on, you guys. Come on. You got the Joker and the show all from it. That's pretty cool, right? Cool, right? Really cool stuff. It's probably my favorite to pull out. And then it literally just talks about the full history. Oh, even Batgirl. See? It's just a whole bunch of things. Yeah. You can hear Arabic vocals in Nevermind by Leonard Cohen. Ruin a song. But it's pretty cool. It's just the concept of Batman is pretty interesting. But, you know, my dad supported my interests for sure. Even though like he has thoughts about him, he always supported it. So, I know Matt is sleeping. He'll see the stream and be like, ooh, tough luck. Actually, I didn't even notify anyone in the Discord. But most of you guys are here. But let's update everyone. Jizz. So, Mario Kart, anyone? Okay. Nevermind by Leonard Cohen. Let's get ruined, bro. Let's get ruined. You know what's funny? I'm gonna have to upload a video tomorrow. Hopefully, I'll have good Wi-Fi to upload. But oh, let's see. Here you go.
Now that we've made travel
Nauto Sabaho.
How'd you get here?
Kayak. They compared hundreds of travel sites to find a great deal on my flight, car, and hotel.
Kayak. Search one and done.
I'm so glad you didn't watch this ad. Eight years ago.
The war was lost, the treaty signed. I was not caught across the line. I was not caught, though many tried. I'll live among you.
I'm going to Jordan.
I had to leave my life behind. I dug some graves. Never mind. Your victory was...
Wow. Is this guy Muslim or what? Wow. Salam ya salam. Know what I mean? Salam ya salam. I wonder what Sora's bedroom ambiance, beach house ambiance is. Oh. I guess that was the beach ambiance. Let's see what's on YouTube today. Me. Definitely me. I returned Logan Paul's $90,000 couch to Iraq. Oh. Okay, so it's okay. And then, oh, One Piece. Day 23. What does that even mean? Cypress Hill Tiny Desk Concert. Dope, dope, dope. Kingdom Hearts release date. Dope, dope, dope. George Janko shuts down Logan Paul. Interesting. Did I hear the... No, I did not. Oh my god. I'm just seeing the memes right now. Let's see. I have 10 minutes before I actually go to sleep. Dude, he's gonna go nocturnal, isn't he? Dude, do you see this caption? This is so funny. I think it's really funny. I don't know where it is in the recommendations. Is it suggestions? Oh, this one? That you sent 2 days ago?
If wave pressure can make this rough rock this smooth, imagine what it could do to vodka. White Claw, premium vodka.
Take a tour of a place from the
I
comfort
hate
of your
ads.
phone.
What's up, Slim Jim? Isn't this guy the actor? I always forget his name, but I see him in like in every movie. Oh my god, what a long intro. Oh, it's not a song, it's a score. عادل إمام هو ده. Cute. For vodka. What do you call cow mark out of wood? Oh my god, I bet it's an obvious answer. You want to be an actor, Mustafa? Do you sleep to this music, Mustafa? Cute. So cute. Also, I gotta figure out a way to play this game because I have the codes for it. Stardew Valley. See, like every time I say it every time. This is why you guys are in my stream. To introduce me to new games.
George, what's up with that interpretation of the Bible? Like what? Like that's one of the
not right.
that's one of the things about the Bible that it confuses me. Bro, you didn't read the Bible. Well, because that can confuse
What if I interpreted it like that? Well, how can there?
Bro, that's not in the
up for
Bible.
interpretation.
You know what's in the Bible? Be careful of wolves that are disguised as sheep. There's a lot of priests.
Which
that
one?
catch
Am
fish.
I a sheep?
You know what I'm saying? There's evil everywhere, bro. If I was the devil, I would do two things. One, make you not believe in me, because then if you don't believe in me, you don't believe in God. And then two, I would make you think I'm God. And then you would worship me in your own way. You know what humans want to do? They want to take their lifestyle and put it on a higher power and be like, well, my God's okay with it. I want multiple wives. They come with multiple wives. There's so many things that people want, and they change their beliefs. If you want it really bad, you can have it.
George, what's up with that interpretation of the Bible?
Yo, shuts down. The movie's about a single father whose daughter get a lot of guys who wants to marry her, but always finds a way to make them go away until the perfect guy shows up that he has nothing wrong with him. Steak, that's what you call... Okay, steak. Oh, I get it. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, we're watching this. Fellas, we're watching this.
differently by anyone you ask. It
Robert Downey
defines who we
Jr.
are.
on Wired?
It
Are you
takes
kidding me?
guts, grit,
We're
and
watching
a
it.
whole lot of work.
I don't care
With
what you
every
guys are
heartbeat
saying.
and
We're
every
watching it.
heartbreak, every stepping stone and every milestone, for all the moments that matter, will be there.
The Wells Fargo Active
I just
Cash
hate
Card.
ads.
Earn 2% cash back on
We're
what
close.
you want,
We're close. I'm
like a
I'm
brand
buying
new
premium
bike.
as soon as
And 2% cash
I get
back on
paid
what
for
you
ads.
need.
I think you missed a spot.
Like sunscreen. The Wells Fargo Active Cash Card. That's
I mean,
real
Slim.
life
That's
ready.
a pretty good joke. Yeah, I agree.
Hi, I'm Robert Downey Jr.
And I'm Christopher Nolan, and this is the Wired Autocomplete interview.
Are you kidding me? Robert Downey are you kidding me? Robert Downey Jr. is the most perfect man in the world. The most perfect man in the world. This? Hello?
Autocomplete interview.
Are you kidding me? This man is perfect. Perfect in every way. Perfect in every way. Love this man. With all my heart.
I probably
This,
should have taken my blood pressure medication.
So Wired asked Robert Downey Jr. and Christopher Nolan some of the internet burning questions. Great.
Does Robert Downey Jr. have tattoos?
I have 6. That's the 6th one, and that was the Avengers cast tattoo. That happened the evening of the premiere for Infinity War. Scarlett got it first, then Chris Evans got it, then I got it, then Jeremy Renner got it, then Chris Hemsworth got it, even though he was a little tentative about it and seemed to overreact to the pain. And then Mark Ruffalo said, I'm not getting that tattoo. I don't want to be part of your Hollywood inside game. To which I applauded him.
Does
I love him. I will simp all my life for this man.
Robert Downey Jr. do his own stunts?
In a year where the level and magnitude of stunts may be at an all-time high, I am committing to do less stunts every year for the rest of my career. But yes.
Does Robert Downey Jr. like AC/DC?
Come on, of course. Back in Black from the first Iron Man.
Oh.
There's your soundbite, buddy.
Does Robert Downey Jr. like Gwyneth Paltrow?
I do not like Gwyneth Paltrow. I absolutely adore her like a sister. Like a sister that you may have
She's like a sister to me.
made out with a few times. While still liking her.
That's for you.
Okay, I'd like to actually try this inverted just to make this even more impossible. There we go. This is going to work a fucking treat. Why Christopher Nolan? Now that in and of itself is just a question if you think about it. Why Christopher Nolan doesn't use CGI?
We just talked about this.
I find CGI, however versatile it is, but it always tends to feel a little safe to me. I think if you want something to have a bit of bite, if you want the imagery to have a bit of threat, even if it's a miniature, even if it's something very fake, but something real on camera, I think
bless
gives you a
this man.
better result.
Why does Christopher Nolan
We're in the wires.
shoot on film?
I shoot on film because it's the highest quality imaging format. ever devised, particularly IMAX film, large format film. But film shows you the world kind of the way your eye sees it. Is it ridiculous for me to give a serious answer? Well, you're saying that, but that's why I shoot film.
Give the people what they want. Where does Christopher Nolan... Oh, this one's important. I better sit up. Where does Christopher Nolan get his ideas?
All over the place, different on every film. Oppenheimer, somebody I've been interested in a long time.
Oppenheimer.
Didn't know that much about the specifics of his story. Then came to the book American Prometheus, and that absolutely got me hooked. So in the case of Oppenheimer, the idea, I mean, gosh, I trace it right back to like, you know, as a kid in the 80s, and we all thought we were going to die in nuclear Armageddon.
Absolutely, me too.
You remember Sting had that song, Russians?
Russians.
Oppenheimer's Deadly Toys.
Yes, how can I save my little boy from Oppenheimer's deadly toy? There is no monopoly of common sense on either side of the political fence. We share the same biology regardless of ideology. What might just save us, me and you, is if... Where is Christopher Nolan from?
Where am I from? Born in London.
London.
But I'm half American, half English. My mother's American. I've grown up kind of both sides of the Atlantic, but originally from England.
How come your brother doesn't have your accent?
He has his own accent.
Yeah, I know I know that he speaks the way he speaks, but he sounds like he's from America and you don't.
Yes, but that's the American thing where you say, how come you have an accent and he doesn't? To which you say, well, he does have an accent. It's an American accent.
You're right.
Just because of when...
Okay, fine. Mustafa, I don't know if that's something you should be proud of, or maybe, I don't know, maybe it is something you should be proud of. Scarlett Johansson is a babe. Do you still have it, though? That's the question.
My parents were living in different countries, so he went to school in America. I went to school in England.
That's just like the Parent Trap, where like each parent took a kid to different countries.
So you kind of get fixed with that accent.
Sorry, no crew members were harmed in the execution of this dalliance.
How did Robert Downey Jr. become Iron Man?
Ooh.
It was God's will.
That's it, really?
That's
well,
it?
and a pretty good screen test. But I'll really tell you what happened is the same weekend, I did a movie called Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. Jon Favreau did a movie called Zathura. They both tanked.
Yeah,
and we were
Zathura
both really hungry to try to do something that would make an impact. And when Iron Man came out, everyone that knew me and loved me said, this will do until The Dark Knight comes out. And here we are now.
What are Robert Downey Jr. hobbies?
I have one hobby, and that I take classic cars and I do eco-resto mods on them. Thus, take old cars.
I don't have a poster of RDJ. I don't have any posters of this man. I don't have any pictures of him. But I bought his films, his old films, like Only You and Chaplin. And I have like the Iron Man movies. But I don't have any physical... I don't have an album of 700 pictures of Robert Downey Jr. in my house. I don't. Yeah. You're 16. You're a guy with hormones. And testosterone. Yeah, absolutely.
And then make them more energy efficient and climate friendly. Any follow-up questions to that?
No, because it's getting dangerously close to a plug for your TV show.
You're right.
And we're here during Oppenheimer.
Am I limited to 3 or 4 shameless plugs? Yeah.
Who does Robert Downey Jr. play in Oppenheimer?
Louis Lichtenstein Strauss. He was the head of the Atomic Energy Commission.
No,
He
not in
was
my
a
phone. I don't have it in my
very,
phone either.
Conservative, patriotic American.
Mustafa,
Oppenheimer.
An album's an album. I'm kidding. هدي حالك, dude. هدي حالك. Try me. You don't have anything against me. حليب ولبن.
We're verging on nemesis.
No spoilers. No spoilers.
None at all.
Yeah, complicated man.
He was a complicated guy, unlike me, as
Exactly.
you can see.
It takes one to play one.
What year was Robert Downey Jr. on
SNL?
1985. Oft considered the worst season
85?
in the history of SNL. I got that going for me.
One skit that sticks out.
Suitcase Boy? No?
Could you tell me what that is? I don't remember
Well, no, that never made it to air. And that's the one that sticks out.
Can Robert Downey Jr. play piano?
Only well enough to compose at a medium to high level. What if Christopher Nolan directed The Avengers?
Whoa. That is the multiverse conundrum. Having worked with you on Oppenheimer,
Dude, imagine if Christopher Nolan directed Avengers not using a single CGI at all. That would have been a different world.
probably be a lot too much Tony Stark. You'd be running away with the movie a little bit.
Like I didn't.
And even more. And not liking to use CG. Would you be prepared to get on one of those jetpacks?
No.
The ones they make for real that do the...
Yeah, if Christopher Nolan had directed The Avengers, we would still be shooting it. What is Christopher Nolan's best movie?
The one I'm promoting. I mean, that's how that works, right?
I'm telling you, and I've seen every single film you've ever done. Oppenheimer is the
Well, I guess I'll see you in 2 weeks. Or if I do a surprise live stream.
culmination of your life's work, and it is a freaking masterpiece.
Good night.
Thank you.
And that is the God's honest truth.
Thank you.
And now, back to my faux sincerity, which works better. What makes Christopher Nolan tick? Unique. He's supposed to answer this?
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm leaving that to you.
He already told you he's British, so you're never going to get that answer out of him. There's such a mystique around you that I think sometimes people feel intimidated. And then when you actually get in proximity to you...
Dude, the fact that he's like 58, he looks so beautiful, so good, so healthy. MashaAllah, MashaAllah, MashaAllah. Allah yatawal umru. Say Ameen. Amen, everyone. Say amen. I said in Arabic, may God prolong his life. Amen. Amen, amen, amen.
And particularly shooting a film, it's arguably the least judgmental, most nurturing environment.
It's definitely not in the schedule, Mustafa.
Imagine being in.
But
he's kind of like the
dream it.
Wizard of Oz, except I think he dresses cooler. That's going to travel.
Moving on.
Just remember, this was someone's idea to pair us up here. What is Christopher Nolan's California driver's license number? I'm sorry, first movie.
My first movie is a film that Emma and I produced together called Following. We shot it on black and white, 16mm film. We were working full time. We were a group of friends, and we would shoot one day a
up,
week
Hazel?
for about
Did
a
I say
year
hi to
and
you?
put it together that
Hello
way.
there.
You would never know. It seems even your first film felt so complete. What degree does Christopher Nolan have?
I have an English degree from UCL in London.
My gosh. Are these edible? No? Okay. Sorry.
I love this
Is
man.
Robert Downey Jr. Tom Holland's godfather?
If by Godfather you mean I do light yard work for him on Thursdays and detail his car every other Saturday, then yes.
Is Robert Downey Jr. related to Charlie Chaplin?
Not that I'm aware of.
Only in spirit.
Yeah. Speaking of great directors, Attenborough, I got a complete education on cinema and enthusiasm and trust.
You guys can hear this
and
video
love.
well, right?
How old were you when you did that?
I was 26, and you know what?
He was 26 when he did Chaplin. What a freaking amazing movie, by the way.
He's like you, he just cries a lot more.
Very sensitive man.
Is Robert Downey Jr. going to ask Chris
Hang on,
Nolan
hang
to
on.
cry on cue for him? You're goddamn right I am. Going tight. This is his screen test.
Is Robert Downey Jr. a vegan?
No, I'm a vegetarian, occasional pescatarian.
Vegetarian! Occasional pescatarian? Come on.
If I start feeling lightheaded, I might have some shrimp. Or maybe a steelhead trout. No scallops. Just for the halibut, I might occasionally,
for the
I like a
halibut.
bit of
Halibut.
soul. I don't know why that means soul. I guess it's what goes beneath the surface. I don't want this to end. I mean, we're used to a bit of joviality, but this is...
Okay, there's more.
This is another level. That's for you.
How Christopher Nolan became a director.
I started making films when I was a little kid.
It's always that. This is such a long commercial. Guys, y'all, someone press the join button. I need to make ads. I need to get money from ads.
Saying never actually is.
borrowed my dad's Super 8 camera. I was about 7 years old, started making films, and I've kind of never stopped. Seven.
Who is Christopher Nolan's cinematographer?
I just want to say these questions to Christopher Nolan are way better than Robert's. Come on, people.
Well, you can answer this one. Hoyte van Hoytema. Great Dutch director of photography and not afraid to pick up an IMAX camera and hold it on his shoulder.
How did Christopher Nolan recreate a nuclear explosion?
Well, we don't want to give away the tricks too much. Didn't use CG, try to come up with methods from the visual effects and special effects department that were very small, microscopic things that look huge.
The fact
but
that he
then
bought
also some
50 acres
giant big bangs
is
out in the
crazy.
desert that were pretty spectacular to live through.
And that is how you give an answer without giving an answer. Is Christopher Nolan a physicist?
No, I am not a physicist. I've always been interested in physics, and I've done a lot of films that involve looking into ideas of physics, purely an amateur.
Don't know if I buy that. Do you want another take?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
One more? Yes.
What was Robert Downey Jr.'s first job?
My first job was working at the Indian Walk shoe store on Broadway and 83rd Street. I made it about 10 shifts before I was fired for my sticky fingers.
Okay. What music does Robert Downey Jr. listen to?
Everything from Prokofiev to, I'm into Sleaford Mods lately. And also Indio Downey, my firstborn. Got an album coming out. Fantastic.
Plug.
What is Robert Downey Jr. personality type?
You want to take this one?
No, I'm really interested to know what you're going to say.
Oh my God, I want to know.
I usually play type A personalities.
No,
Okay,
come
go
on,
ahead.
come on. You're not getting away with type A. That's too technical.
I'm curious.
Curious?
I'm loyal. I'm easily bored.
I thought you were going to go with easy for a minute there, and I was going to shake my head.
Come on, I want the 4 letters.
Easy.
What glasses does Robert Downey Jr. wear?
That was a high degree of difficulty tape pull, by the way. Do you see how he's mastered it already? All kinds of glasses. I love all glasses. And shameless plug, I'm probably going to start my own glasses company. Do you want to just go in tight on this? Downey Design Exchange. They'll be out in probably 6, 9, 12, 16, 18 months, depending on my personality type. Does Christopher Nolan storyboard?
Only
6, 9, 12, 18, 12 months.
select sequences. I don't storyboard much, but if there's something that people really need to take a look at, you know, I use
I
them.
just love Robert Downey Jr.'s beard. Well, 4 letters. Sonny boy. Like, for example, my personality type is INTJ. Introvert, intuitive, thinking, judging. That is my personality type. And I think it's INTJ. I forgot the last letter. There's an extra letter after that. Forgot. What is your personality type, you guys? Anyways, I'm going to continue here.
them as a jumping off point for departments.
I did not know that. Does Christopher Nolan have social media?
You're an INFJ, Hazel? Stop it. I know a lot of INFJs. Interesting. Okay, I see you, Hazel. I see you. What was the percentage of introvert?
Yeah?
I do not.
That is a pointless question if you know anything about him, because you would think it was 1847 the way he communicates. And this one just says Christopher Nolan. Christopher Nolan influences.
Influences. Always like to talk about Ridley Scott. Huge fan of his. Stanley Kubrick, Terrence Malick, Nicholas Roeg. I mean, there are just so many greats. Too many influences to name them all.
Nicholas Roeg is a really good poll. Christopher Nolan and Cillian Murphy.
And Cillian Murphy. My old friend Cillian. We worked together for 20.
Okay, so, yeah, the reason why you don't get an introvert is because, one, if I'm an introvert on stream, imagine how boring the stream would be. Hello. Plus, introverts are cool. Introverts, it's not that, I mean, we are to ourselves. We like to recharge by ourselves. We do like to be by ourselves. But at the same time, if you are with good company, my stomach just grumbled. Yeah, do you know how ridiculously terrifying that was for me, Ren? It's a fucking good vlog. It should blow up. That was terrifying until I got comfortable. Will I ever do that again? Probably not. Probably not. I just did I did it for the video, but it that's not me. It's not me. I promise you it's not me. I did it for the video. It was a good video though. Yeah, I do recharge by myself, but listen, on stream, like, I could talk about whatever I want, show you guys, like, my interests, my world. A lot of you guys relate to what I like, which is pretty cool, and that's the people that I attract, which is dope. But yeah, if I'm in a party, I like to leave early. I like to walk. I like cozy, comfortable. It's really hard to get out of my bubble. I am adventurous, don't get me wrong. Dude, no, it was a great video. It should blow up. It really should. What else? What else? Yeah. I think that's it. But yeah, I am an introvert. It's a fact. It's a straight up fact. And introverts, what they love is again, finding people of the same interests, or just like being in a close circle. Then you're like, my true personality will come out. Just so you, like, this is me now. Not to say that my personality will change if I ever meet any of you guys in person, but know that 100% it's gonna be like I'm not gonna say fake. I'm just gonna say reserved. Yes. If meeting any of you guys in person, it'll definitely be a reserved me. Not comparing to the energy that I'm giving to you right now. Does that make sense? I love going on adventures, but like, for example, LA, like if there's an LA gathering or anything like that, best believe I'd rather be home. I would rather, like, I don't mind going to the beach and like just chilling and watching the sunset by myself. It's hard to find new friends. Yeah, it is. There's only one time where I was completely out of my comfort zone. And you guys saw it. Hold on, let's finish this and I'll show you.
He is one of the great actors of his generation or any other, and we've done 6 films together, I think.
This is 6, Oppenheimer.
This is 6, but this is the first time got to use him as a leading man.
It's amazing.
Yeah, first met him, he screen tested for Batman. And I think we both kind of knew he probably wasn't right for Batman, but his test was so exciting that the studio was okay for me to cast him as the villain.
Scarecrow.
Big star, Scarecrow.
I whispered it because I have a problem talking about DC characters. I don't know if I was programmed or not, but I was in this room with a lot of flashing lights once. Long story. Thanks, Kevin. Well, that's done. Look what you got.
Robert Downey Jr. breaks down his career from Iron Man to... Wait, when did this come out?
With the Venture X card from Capital One, you earn 2 times miles on every
13
purchase.
hours ago? Okay, well, I'm gonna show you the video first. Where I completely broke out of my shell. I love how Robert Downey Jr. just goes on and like just press. It was the karate video I did with Sakura. Oh, this is about to hit 1,000 views. That's pretty cool. So, the video, so Sakura, how I met this girl. Do you guys know Sakura Kokumai? She's ranked 3rd in the world for karate. She just won gold at nationals. She's an Olympian. She's a badass. All right, complete badass. And I was judging a karate tournament last year in August. It hasn't even been a year since we've met. So yeah, last year in August, and I saw her perform the opening like ceremony for kata, for the one that she performed in the Olympics and things like that. And I was like, oh shit, like there's an Olympian in our presence. Like that's super dope. And of course, like when she performs her kata, it's a completely different personality than like her actual personality when you get to meet her, because like there's serious Sakura and there's like bubbly Sakura, which I'm really curious to know what her personality type is. I'm thinking it's an ENFJ. She's a complete extrovert. It's crazy. And so I don't know what possessed me. Like she was talking to people left and right and whatever. And I was looking at her, and if this is not me, you guys, I don't do this. I was looking at her and I was like, bro, like she's pretty dope. I kind of want to introduce myself to her. So let me just do it. So I was waiting in line, like not a line, but like just waiting for my turn, I would say. And she like had a moment to herself kind of thing. And I was like, finally came my turn, and I was like, hey, like I'm Sarah, nice to meet you. You're really cool, by the way, and I just wanted to tell you that straight up. And she's like, oh man, thanks dude, like hey, like you know, what do you do, whatever, like oh you do karate too, whatever. I'm like yeah, I'm judging for this tournament, which by the way I didn't get the chance to judge because there's so many people, so I just like left like maybe an hour in, but I got the chance to meet her. And then I'm like yeah, like I do parkour and I rock climb and all that stuff. And she's like, oh, like parkour, like yeah, that's pretty dope. I was like, yeah dude. She goes, man, I always wanted to try parkour. I was like, yeah, really? And she's like, yeah. I was like, all right, maybe I'll show you one day, because she's based in SD, San Diego, and I'm based in LA, so it's only like a 2-hour drive. And so like kind of, I don't know, one day I was meditating, like my usual morning routine, and this thought came in my head of like, oh dude, like you should do a video with her, a karate video with her. And I was like, so I DM'd her. I'm like, listen, and the worst she could say is no, right? So what have I got to lose? I barely met the girl, but we followed each other on Instagram that day, and I was like, what are the odds? And let me tell you, it was probably the coolest thing I've ever done. I had a camera crew and everything. This like and my editor did a really good job. All 4 of us, the first couple moves, because that wasn't even the full kata. So, all right. Yeah, let's go. Honestly, I was pretty nervous, but we all got to work trying to memorize all the moves that she taught us. And guys, this isn't even the whole thing. If you guys are interested in what this full kata is, check out the link below, because it is much longer than what we were just taught.
I'm feeling nervous.
Here's the best part right here.
That's so Japanese.
What is it called? The papan dong dong.
Yeah, it's like. Yes.
Oh yeah, you're the one that's.
I think it should too. It does deserve more. I even paid for it to be advertised.
Dancers like tick 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 tock tock tock.
Such a good video. Oof.
Take your time.
See how bubbly she is? Like look at this smile.
That's fast. That's all fast. Yeah. At higher level than you, like some people stop.
But yeah, it's dope. And then in exchange, right? I taught her parkour.
I
have actually been a customer of BetterHelp.
I have a customer.
And I was able to get matched up with
I mean, at least this one's about to hit 1,000
What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you guys have been subscribed to me for...
Anyways. Nice. She learned parkour pretty quickly here, too. So yeah, that was the one and only time I felt the need to introduce myself to someone. Oh my god, you know what? You guys are not going to believe this, actually. And I don't have it on camera. You're just going to have to take my word for it. But at my old parkour gym, when it used to exist, I actually met this guy. Yeah, I actually met this guy. Hold on. You guys are not going to believe it. I met him. He was at my gym. Complimented my side flips. And, had a good conversation. And that was probably the only other time where I came up to him. And I'm like, listen, like, your videos are really cool. And you inspired me to make vlogs. That was actually the other time as well, which is 2019. 2019. I think that was the only other time. Mr. Casey Neistat. He was pretty dope. He's a pretty nice guy. That was when he lived in LA for like 3 years maybe. But also, yeah, my editor's editing, also like next level for sure. He's really good. He's such a good guy. Okay, now we do the Robert Downey Jr.
You're being too loud.
Oh my god, Taylor Swift.
My lucky number. Plus, earn 5 times miles on...
I've been thinking about this recently. If I could talk back to that 17-year-old who was doing regional theater in Rochester, I would say, guess what? It's going to go pretty well. It's going to be a lot of ups and downs. I'm not going to tell you the specifics because you get too scared, but it turns out in a good place, and it never will get better than it is right now. So just appreciate where you are. 3, 2, 1.
I love this man so much. Yeah, I know. Everyone else just...
I'm Robert Downey Jr., and this is the timeline of...
Oh my god, I watched the timeline for, what's your name? I think we watched it together. Everybody else is dipped, bro. Ren, it's just you and me, man. Just you and me. And I'll take it. What's her name? Julia Roberts. Nope. That's not her name. Oh, Hazel! Yay, you're here. No, not Julia Roberts. Julie Andrews. Yes. I watched her timeline. It was dope. But Robert Downey Jr.? Oh, love this man.
My career.
Let's watch it. I'm so excited.
That tornado scared me so much it made my hair disappear.
Have any hair on your balls?
I'm afraid to look.
Pound is a film that my dad got the financing for. I think the investors thought he was making a documentary about pounds and animal shelters, and then he said, no, it's a live action thing, and I'm casting people to play the dogs. Next thing you know, we're shooting it, and these character actors of all shapes and sizes are playing various dogs, and then I played a puppy. My earliest memories are of cameras being on sets, being on stages, being on location, to the point where it almost seemed like life was kind of making a movie and kind of being a kid. At the same time, because my folks were mostly underground, kind of counterculture, it was never like I saw later.
Did anybody watch the documentary for Robert Downey Jr.'s dad? It's on Netflix. Kind of talked about this too, how his dad was kind of like a low-key filmmaker, like kind of started up the process for RDJ Jr.
We're on like my friends like Jason Bateman, who literally grew up in
I meant to say Robert Downey Jr.
and, you know, multi-camera TV show stuff. Our stuff was really weird. So there was always something that felt a little bit outsiderish about it.
Remember the infamous coffee cup?
Oh, no, don't, please.
Oh, yes. How to seduce Blair without really trying. And there it is. There's a smile. It's nice to see it again.
I'm cast with Andrew McCarthy, James Spader, Jamie Gertz, and there's a scene on a tennis court where I'm asking my dad if I can come home, and it was kind of an impactful, bit of a challenging scene to do. My first day shooting, and the director, Merritt Knievska, who I argue is one of the greats I ever got to work with, said, "Everybody be absolutely quiet. He's trying to concentrate." And I felt like he told everybody, "Hey, this is important." And then I was like, "Oh my God, I guess I better concentrate." And I just thought for a quarter second about what's it like for all fathers and sons, mothers and daughters. Are they ever going to connect? Can they ever understand each other? And just having that thought in my head gave me this springboard, and it wound up being a kind of a pivotal day where I felt it was the first time I felt I was taken seriously in a dramatic way.
I just need you to be my father for one goddamn day. Just help me.
Wow.
I mean, can't you tell when I'm telling the truth?
Wow.
No. If anything less than zero showed me that there was a cultural relevance to filmmaking, I'd seen it in The Breakfast Club and a bunch of other films, and there was something about our generation had some sort
I just love him in every
valid
sort of way.
statement to make in the filmmakers and artists of that period, and you felt like, God, maybe I could be one of those folks.
Very formal, everybody.
This is
With
the
the
one.
Venture
Oh,
Ads card from Capital One,
I
you
hate
earn
ads.
2 times
I hate
miles on every purchase.
The noise canceling. You're being too loud.
Good choice.
My lucky number.
Plus, earn 5 times miles on flights and 10 times miles on hotels through Capital One Travel. What's in your wallet?
Yes, this was a funny commercial. Chaplin, man.
What the hell? It's gone crazy.
Chaplin was a absolute gift and a real bear of a challenge for someone who's 25 when I started prepping to do it. But there were all these people that were still around, just barely still around, like Johnny Hutch, who came from the Benny Hill show, and he knew the guy who'd really done these choreographed things at the Carno Theater with Chaplin. So he actually had access to some of the books of really what the choreography was for some of this stuff, and he drilled me incessantly.
I've never
for
watched
months
Tropic
and months
Thunder,
and
by the
months.
way.
And then having
probably should.
Dickie Attenborough direct it, he was like the Yoda of cinema. And just the fact that he cast me obviously was the endorsement. And then it was just this year process of shooting it. At a certain point, I had a one-way mirror with a TV playing VHS tapes of his old films, and I would try to match up where his face was and mine and literally just mimic him for hours and hours over a course of weeks and months. I employed every single way I could try to show up for that role.
Look at that stunts.
When you're 25 and you're given the keys to the kingdom, you're going to probably come out of center. Maybe out of fear, maybe out of confidence. And for me, at that point, not to boast, but I was as much of a Chaplin expert as anyone involved in the project, and I was making corrections to the things that were factually and historically inaccurate, to which Attenborough said,
"But Poppet, we're making a film, it's not a documentary."
I did learn at that point, though, that it's hard to tell a story any more interestingly than the way it actually occurred. So I was saying, right before Chaplin did a film called The Kid with Jackie Coogan, his wife had had a miscarriage. So that was his way of healing from the trauma of that loss.
And he was like, "Robert, the audience," I was like,
It's too episodic, we have to make this abnormal. Anyway, you realize you're not the director when you're not directing, but a great director will incorporate all of your strong associations and the things that you feel are really important and find a way to help you get them into the character.
'92. Wow.
I didn't want him to come in on it. He insisted. I said, you gotta stay at home, but he doesn't
I never
listen.
watched
He's
this
this
one.
stupid son of a bitch. I killed him, didn't I? Oh, fuck, this is my fault. I'm sorry.
Wow. Sorry. Hey, good luck.
Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, that was a film shot entirely at night. I think there was 1 day shoot and 1 split. So the rest of the time we're getting to work at sundown and we are working all through the night, every night. So Shane Black is a night owl. Shane Black is a legitimate genius. And he'd written what I thought was almost a perfect script. And then Val Kilmer and I had kind of fallen into this good repartee. And at that
It's so
point,
crazy
I
how
never played a
creativity you
character
get
who
paid
was
for.
so overtly not intelligent, but lovable. And I think it was very freeing for me because I'd hitherto been associated with these kind of fast-talking, smart guys, which I'm not necessarily. I've just had some experience doing it. And Harry Lockhart in Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, he's kind of a dummy. And it was so freeing for me.
What happens when they drag the lake? You think they'll find my pistol? Jesus. Look up idiot in the dictionary. You know what you'll find?
Picture me?
No. The definition of the word idiot, which you fucking are.
As far as working with Val on Kiss Kiss Bang
What's up,
Bang,
Noyan?
he's Val Kilmer. It's vintage Val Kilmer. He comes in with such an kind of off-center point of view on things, and yet he's playing the one who knows everything and he's smart.
It did, but he does a really good job getting out of it. Sherlock Holmes? Are you kidding me? Now in Oppenheimer? And The Judge? The Judge was a good movie.
And he thinks that Harry is kind of an idiot, but they become friends. So I just found it so delightful to be staying
Oh, and then Chris Evans does a great job getting out of it too.
up all night with Val Kilmer, shooting these ridiculous scenes about these two oddballs that are chasing this kind of my case and your case. They're the same case. He's a really sophisticated artist, and I have nothing but fond memories about Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
Dave, just one thing. Is it true they got a print off the cap?
Yeah, they got a
Oh my
partial
God.
blood.
I didn't know they
That
were
is
in a
not
movie
for
together.
publication.
Hey, hey, come on. Hey, it's me.
Did he say they got a print?
Jack Gyllenhaal?
Partial.
Just kidding, Jake
Working
Gyllenhaal.
with David Fincher on Zodiac was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. He is an absolute master of this art form. And I remember also the subject matter is really, really intense. And so it wasn't like, a fancy free set. And because I knew that this was something that was really part of David's own history, of his own kind of contemplation of evil, you're trying to serve the director and be respectful of that. But I remember
I've never seen another
Ruffalo
movie
and
of him.
Gyllenhaal and I looking at each other knowing we're getting a real education in doing things in an extremely disciplined way.
I've never watched
that
it.
said, when I watch the film, there's a lot of kind of like fun and lightness in it, which David Fincher always knows how to capture. It's just not, he doesn't lean into any sort of indulgence. He's a really disciplined guy. And then the crazy thing is David Fincher is your best lunch date you could ever have. He's so fun, he's so witty, and yet when you look at his work, he doesn't take himself seriously, but boy,
What's up,
does
Peter?
he take his film seriously.
That's the only place that word and that symbol ever appeared together before the letters. This stole his logo off a watch.
I think somebody who's killed 13
He
people.
claims he's killed 13 people, but which ones can we actually confirm? There's 3 in
Dude,
Vallejo,
I think
one
I
in
gotta talk
Berryessa.
about Oppenheimer in the
That's
next
it.
2 weeks.
Bobby, you almost look disappointed.
Working with David Fincher, you will learn that you're more durable than you thought. A scene can devolve into where it just feels really perfunctory and you're kind of almost on an automatonic mode, but it doesn't matter because the craft
Oh my God.
of
On the
trying to
list.
get things done. Like there was a scene where he was trying to get it
On the
done in one
list.
shot and we had to have done 40 or 50
No, and how are you doing, by
takes.
the way?
And people were a little bit exasperated. He said, Downey, come here, do we have it yet? And I watched the takes, and at the end of it, I said, you want to use this in one? He goes, yeah. I go, He goes, Downey's right, we don't have it yet. Delete all 40 of those takes, and we'll start again after lunch. And everyone looked at me, what the fuck is... But, right is right.
Truth is,
I am Iron Man. Goddamn.
I am Iron Man. Damn. No problem trusting Jon Favreau. His films Zathura and Kiss Kiss Bang Bang came out on the same weekend and tanked. And I think we were both really hungry to try to reestablish ourselves as a formidable duo, albeit individually. Again, just like Attenborough, his endorsement of me to play that character. And then Kevin Feige having the wherewithal to say, okay, bit of a risk, let's do it. We like risk. Wound up being, a life-changing 15 years.
Tony,
What?
it's gonna be okay,
Is
okay?
it?
It's gonna be okay. I am gonna
Let's-
make this okay.
Oh. Okay, you're gonna attach that to the base plate and make sure you... Yow! Is that so hard? That's fine, right?
Anytime I was with Jeff Bridges, and maybe even more so with Paltrow,
I
you
love
just
this
felt
movie.
that there was this chemistry where you always kind of got the definitive version of a scene, whether it was loosely scripted or a little bit more prepared. But there's a scene where he's doing a weapons test, and he says, is it better to be feared or respected? Is it too much to ask for both? And John and I were literally writing that line for line as we went along shooting it that day. And I put on sunglasses because it was all on cue cards. It was that kind of thing where you go, it's more important that we feel like we're just coming up with this and we like it, and there's no trick we can't employ to cover the fact that we're kind of making it up as we go along. But again, because you have that huge cluster bomb explosion in back of him, because the air mover kind of pushed me forward, and it was just one of those days. There was another moment where Tony has escaped the cave and essentially become Iron Man, and he lands in this kind of crater outside the cave where he's being held. And there was a windstorm that day, and we were trying to get this take, and it was very Star Wars-esque in a way. It was very reminiscent of what John has wound up doing since with Mandalorian. And there was just this moment where it's like this storm kind of settled, and everyone kind of looked at everyone. We were like, let's get one more take, and that's the one that's in the film. So it even felt like sometimes the elements themselves were conspiring to help us do our best job.
Aw,
Every film is
pretty
an
cool.
art film if you
Okay,
treat it
I'll
that
keep
way.
Wind River in mind.
And the most important films can be garbage, but it's always about teams and leadership and partnership. Also that audiences evolve really quickly. Like they'll
Yeah, they do.
assimilate a new
Goop
kind
lady.
of version of a genre, and then they'll phase out of it, and you have to keep meeting and exceeding their expectations. And I think that's where, now we're in such an interesting spot, because it's kind of like anyone's game, anticipating what audiences will respond to next. And I think it has really put the cinematic and TV community on point.
I did what I thought was right.
You know, I didn't
See?
just graduate
The
from law
judge.
school. I graduated first in my class. Good. I was first in my class. I did really well, Dad.
You're welcome.
David Dobkin, I wanted to be in Fred Claus, and I had seen The Wedding Crashers, and I was like, I love
Dude,
this
he
David
forgot
Dobkin
Sherlock.
guy. Turns out we kind of almost knew each other back in upstate New York back in the day. And he'd had this idea, kind of a dramatization of a version of how he'd had this strained relationship with his father. And then we started talking about great movies like The Verdict. It's such a rich, fertile zone to try to dig in,
What was your reasoning?
It's a good movie. This is a
180
really good movie.
days. That's solid. Maybe it cooled off. Maybe he doesn't kill Hope. Maybe we're not here. All the years you sat on that bench, all the people that stood before you, the leniency, the understanding the free ride goes to Mark Blackwell? How do you explain that lapse in judgment?
We were really fortunate, and that I had such
I look, when I saw this movie, I could just not fathom like him without a beard. And seeing that movie, I'm like, ugh, he shaved it.
goodwill from Warner Brothers with the having done several Sherlock films with them, that they're like, yeah, we don't know if this one's really a fiscal win for us, but we love the script, go shoot it. And those days are over.
It's just because the window's closing a bit, it seems.
Oh, this one. Senior.
Is there anything that you feel like you need to process in relation to the possibility of not
This was on
seeing it
Netflix,
again?
guys. It's really good.
I just don't know.
Senior, which is the documentary I did about my pops with Chris Smith and my long-suffering Mrs. Susan Downey, started off as kind of a pre-pandemic and then into the pandemic, for me, I'll just be honest, it was a bit of an avoidance technique, in that I knew he was in the throes of Parkinson's, which is an awful disease. And I'm not great at confronting inevitabilities always, but it's almost like it was this journey for me to, in my mid-50s, kind of like grow up and take responsibility for framing how I had experienced my childhood and now how I related to that parent as he was kind of, you know, in the last years of his life.
That's enlightening.
You two met before?
You mean Junior and I?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're getting to know each other. I think anyone who sees Senior, it can be a tough watch, but I would suggest that you find your way through it, because there was a certain point where my dad made these very avant-garde movies and they didn't always even seem like they had a plot. And we had amassed all this footage in Senior, and Susan came to me, she said, you can't make this documentary like one of your dad's movies. This has to have an act 1, 2, and 3. And I was like, well, what's act 3? And then act 3 wound up being his passing and us kind of figuring out a way to ingest that and make sense of it. I don't know that there was any one part that was difficult. When we started watching Senior, we saw it at the Telluride Film Festival. We screened it in San Francisco at the same theater, the Castro, where I had been with my dad, you know, when his films were coming out in the 70s. And so for me, it was more like I would be watching
What's a
the
Nepo
film,
baby?
and it was the story of my life with him and his death. But it also wound up being this kind of thing of, it brought me almost back to Chaplin, where you make art of your life and your life is kind of a movie, but it's not. It was this very surreal experience. And then there was just the grieving part of it where, and I think it's why some people say, I wish I'd been able to do something like this for one of my parents or a loved one, is that it becomes this kind of touchstone, and it's a way to have a mechanism by which you can process a loss. So I'm super fortunate to have it there, and I think it'll be something that I use as a kind of a, you know, a bit of a self-help tool.
A nepotism baby.
For years to come.
I can't believe it. But here we are. Catch me up. What do we know?
One of our B-29s over the North Pacific has detected radiation.
Do we have the filter papers?
There's no doubt what this is.
White House says there's a doubt.
Wishful thinking, I'm afraid.
Are those the long-range detection filter papers?
It's an atomic test.
I can't wait to watch this.
The Russians have a bomb.
There's two Nolans. There's the Nolan before you've worked for him, where he's kind of this very distant Oz-like figure. He's just held, as we all know, in this very particular
He didn't even talk about
esteem
Sherlock.
because his acumen and his mastery of this medium. And then there's what happens as you approach and get into the system that he uses. It's so hard to explain, but he's a very, very singular fella. So even the screen tests felt important, and not important in a frou-frou, high-status way. There's just an energy and an intensity to what he does. So, and then take the subject matter. And then the fact that he's asking me to kind of transform into someone who's extremely subtle and plotting, who doesn't have any punchlines, who's only charming when he's trying to manipulate.
I can't wait
or
for Sherlock
undermine.
3.
I found that to be a great challenge. And Chris Nolan had said he was likening it a bit to Amadeus, where there's a Mozart and that's not you. Sometimes you're Mozart, usually you're Mozart, this time you're Salieri. And so I really took that to heart as him kind of challenging the entirety of my career trajectory and saying, don't use any of those things that have served you well, find new resources.
Now the race is against the Soviets.
Not unless we start it.
Robert, they just fired a starting gun. What's the nature of the device they detonated?
Data indicates it may have been a plutonium implosion device.
Like the one you built at Los Alamos.
There's something about Strauss that I find he's very conservative and very devoted and very much lived a life of service. It reminds me a little bit of my grandfather, who was a captain and did multiple tours in World War II, and then came back and had a glass company and did all the glass for the Chrysler building. I mean, those old American lives where you go like, wow, that was a really exceptional generation. But I also know this thing of comparison of why don't I have what he or she or they have, it's ugly. And it's a preoccupation, I think, that is can be particular to a kind of American exceptionalism. And so with all these forces that were at play during the Cold War, it was great for me to have held this position of kind of a righteous indignation with what all these liberal geniuses were up to. In a way, I felt like I got to be a critic of what might be a perception of
I love him
myself
with
or
all my heart.
others throughout the
My
entirety
dream
of
is to
my
meet him one
career.
day.
And
I
so I
hope.
got to do that counterpoint. It was almost like I was in a debate with the aspects of myself that I have glorified, and I was able to look at each one of them and say, that's not entirely right, and maybe you don't deserve that. And it's been a great dialogue. And I have a feeling part of the reason Nolan wanted me to do this was to give me that kind of 180 perspective. But I also, at the end of the day, I truly believe that Louis Strauss did everything he did for reasons that he thought were correct. And I don't mean that like a superhero bad guy. I mean that legitimately as a human being. So I find it really kind of fascinating that I'm still a little bit up in the air about who was on the right side of history. It's like a currency, the cultural significance of cinema and films and TV.
Oh, look, Tropic Thunder, Soap Dish, Civil War, Avengers, and where is... Hello? Did they forget? Oh, Sherlock Holmes, 2009. There we go. He didn't even talk about everything. Ugh. Lame.
And I think that...
Man.
Part of my generation, just like part of the Maverick generation, part of it was kind of, yeah, this is nothing. You know, we're so cool. We're really like dark and brooding. And honestly, it's a privilege. It's a matter of precision and discipline and sacrifice to be able to do it correctly. And I think that's been the one lesson that I've, over a long period of time, been able to finally assimilate and accept.
I know. I don't think he'll be there. But Faiza Hussein, dude, the manifestation is still up there. Am I doing anything to work towards that life? No. Although, I was really close to be casted into something. And now the casting agency knows who I am. And that is a big stepping stone. But, nah. I personally am not doing anything or working towards it. Just because I think the dream is different than, like, what is... I mean, anything's possible, for one thing. But compromising, like, religion or what you believe in is another thing. And I think working towards being a stunt double, stunts, was kind of like a... It's kind of like... I can't say. I signed an NDA. That's how big it was. I don't know. I didn't even know what movie it was. But I signed an NDA on it, so I can't speak about it. But I didn't get the part, clearly. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here streaming. I'd probably be working in Atlanta. But I didn't get the part. But they know who I am now. And I have their emails. Maybe. I can still do stunts. I can still do, like, you know, I can still throw fake punches, but in reality, being a stunt double for someone is kind of difficult because I wear the hijab. It is what it is. Wearing wigs, wearing the same outfits as them, sometimes it compromises, like, what I believe in, which is like, you know, I have to wear long sleeves and things like that. If I was the main character, it'd be different. If I was the stunt double for a hijabi, it'd be different. If I was the main actress as a hijabi, it'd be different. There's a lot of times where I see hijabis casted. They even cast people and then they tell them to wear a hijab even though they're not hijabis. I'm here for it. I'm out here. The algorithm to work with me, hopefully. I just need to put in more effort to present myself into the public. I mean, dude, I'm nearing 30, you know. And I'm hoping, like, you know, one day I'll catch a break. I mean, I know age isn't really a factor, but like at that age, it's like, dude, you know, you should have it figured out by now. I mean, I don't know how long I'll be streaming. Hopefully, I'll be invited to the Streamer Awards. That's my goal for this year. I'm so glad, like, I surpassed 1,000 subs, almost at 1,400 now. But I know I need to do more. There's a lot of things in my head, you know? A lot of fun, creative things, but there's also, like, you know, responsible things to realize, like, hey, like, if this is not working, what's your plan B? What's your plan C, D, you know? And it's something for you to learn too as an 18-year-old. They should. It's getting there. I'm here. I have the skills under my belt. It's just someone that they need to know. I'm in the radar. I'm here. I'm falling out slowly. I gotta put myself back in the game. You guys, chit chatting was really fun. I really had a good time. I didn't play anything. I just wanted to chat, really, since it's my last day. Before I leave to Jordan tomorrow. It's only 2 weeks, guys. It's only 2 weeks.
This planet's our only home, but we're not treating it that way.
I'll try to go live, though, in Jordan. But, I just want to say I appreciate all of you. My bag is packed, ready to go. And, I'll be at the airport by noon tomorrow. Probably in exactly 12 hours. So, this is goodbye for now. Sucks. I know I couldn't stream the past 2 days either. Always, though, I appreciate you. Thank you for always supporting me. Thank you for fun conversations. And thank you for taking the time out of your day to come hang out with me. As always, it means a lot. And I don't take that for granted. Thank you. I'll see you later.